So in the golden days when Hollywood was actually Hollywood, if you get what I mean, they were strict. They exercised strict control over their stars' public images. So that's the product approach. So the stars were seen in a certain way. There were people said that they didn't even act like that in real life, but the image that was fed to us, the audience, was something that was totally different. We saw them perfect all the time. They hardly talked, and then even when they were in interviews, it's like they were trained to say certain things they wouldn't say. They had this image that they had to uphold. Every single thing was about branding. This goes with the brand. This doesn't go with the brand. This goes with the brand. So this is exactly what you have to say. This is how we want you to be perceived. However, something interesting happened. So YouTube launched in 2005, and I think YouTube played a major role in this transformation, because when YouTube launched, along came vlogging, and all of a sudden something was entirely different. Where we saw the celebrities polished, they're always with makeup on, everything looked perfect. We had vloggers on YouTube. We had the early pioneers like Jackie Aina, Patricia Bright. They were showing us their daily lives, and it was unfiltered. Everything that's going on, it felt like it was more authentic. It felt like something we could even relate with. And I think that's when the shift happened. It felt like people wanted more of personality-driven content. We wanted something more authentic. The vloggers, the early vloggers, took off. And from that, you could tell that people wanted something different. And the trend even went on to launch platforms like Instagram and Snapchat, and also that helped in blurring the lines between the public figures as we know them and then the public figures now, because now all of a sudden they were showing us their, everyday lives. Some of them were coming on camera without makeup, speaking to us. Not all of them, but most of them, or I'll say some of them did. And that way we started knowing much more about them. But did this actually help for us to like them even more? Or did this make us feel like now we need to know every single thing that's going on in your life? Or we need to know what you're doing, or every single thing? Or if we feel like one person is sharing more of their life, we like them more, they have more followers. Or if we feel the other person, we can't access them, do we like them more, or do we even value them more? Let's talk about what happened when we started feeling that way. Main factor that contributed to us feeling like we should know people more can be summed up in one thing: authenticity. We just want people to be genuine. We don't want to feel like they're trying to trick us. We don't want to feel like they're trying to use us. We don't want to feel like, they're hiding something from us. So when people come and speak to us every day, or we feel like they're showing us behind the scenes, or they're talking to us, we feel like, okay, this person is being genuine with us. And also at the same time, we have this parasocial relationship with them. We feel like, oh my God, this person feels like my cousin or my aunt, or this person feels like my friend. But is that always the case? The reason why I ask that is because let's take Beyonce and Kendrick Lamar as case studies. So we know Beyonce has been quiet. I wouldn't want to call her she's the product part, but we don't know much about Beyonce. Everything about her is curated. We see her in perfection. Even when she performs, everything that she does, her image, her hair, everything just seems to be in place. But lately, there's been a shift. She launched Sacred, the hair care line, and I'll say that people sort of forced her to show us behind the curtain. People felt like we should know about her personal hair journey. We should see her washing her hair if she's going to sell us a hair product. And she came and did that, sort of to say, hey, I'm human too as well. But it's actually very interesting. I'll say that openness, even that little bit, is interesting. It's like Beyonce herself is realizing in 2024, people want more than just a perfect product. Because if you look at the Sacred reviews, even on Twitter, people are saying it actually works. I even wanted to go and get it because somebody said it grew their hair. I was like, oh, I need this for my edges and everything else. So I'm actually going to get Curated. So the product works. But it's like we even want to know, does Beyonce use it? Do you get what I'm saying? We want to connect more with her behind the product. But Beyonce is still Beyonce. I don't think she's going to suddenly start oversharing on social media or do daily vlogs. I don't think she would do that. It's more like she's carefully lifting the veil just a little bit. And you know what? People age it up and they let her be. Now let's flip to Kendrick Lamar. Lamar is very interesting because mystery actually works for him. You know, he's been called the boogeyman of rap and he seems to love it. He's not out there sharing his daily lives or his thoughts on social media. Even recently when he was on the beef with Drake, he just dropped the songs and went away. There's nothing like, oh, let me go do an interview. There's nothing like, let me reply a tweet. Let me caption that. He just drops the song and then goes away. And it's working for him. All his fans, they're like decoding every line. They're saying every reference, oh, this is what he means. So Kendrick is proving that sometimes less is more. The less we know about him personally, the more we obsess about his product, which is his art. So that got me thinking, which one sells more, product or personality? If you ask me, I'll say the answer depends. In the end, for me, maybe it's not about product or personality. Maybe it's just about finding your authentic voice, whatever that looks like and whatever it is that your audience is craving from you. Because sometimes you realize that all my audience want from me is a product. The product can be something you sell to them, or the product can be knowledge that you impart on them. They don't really care about knowing your personal life, really. If they know it, fine. If they don't, they're also fine, because the one thing that they want from you, they're getting that from you. But I don't know. That's my opinion. I want to know what you actually think. I actually want to know. So in the comments, I want you to let me know, which one do you think sells more nowadays? Is it a product or is it a personality? I'll see you in the comments.